This is my PA Caldwell skull projection. In this projection, the MSP is perpendicular to the IR, and the OML is perpendicular. So that's the OML right there. There is a 15-degree caudal angle, so it would go in about right there. The exit point for this projection is at the nasion. In this projection, you want to see the pubis ridges in the lower 1/3 of the orbits. And you can see I have a left marker indicating that that was the patient's left side. And the blanket demonstrates that this patient would have been shielded for this exam. This is my AP skull, no angle. For this, you want the MSP perpendicular with the IR, and you want the OML perpendicular. I tried to make it as perpendicular as I could. The central ray is perpendicular. There's no angle, so it goes down like this. And then there is the CR entrance point is at the glabella, so right about there. For the evaluation criteria for this projection, you want to see the pubis ridges visualized within the orbits. And I have my left marker to indicate that's the patient's left side, and then a shield to show the patient was shielded. This is my cross table lateral skull. So the MSP is parallel to the IR. The interpupillary line, so here, is perpendicular to the IR. And the IOML is perpendicular to the front edge of the IR. There is no angle on here. The central ray is perpendicular, and the entrance point is 2 inches superior to the EAM. For this projection, the evaluation criteria is you want no rotation, which is indicated by the greater sphenoid wings symmetric on each other, and no tilt with the orbital plates superimposed. I have a right marker indicating that the patient's right side was the closest one to the IR, and my patient is still shielded. This is my lateral skull projection. It's the same as the cross table. You want the MSP parallel to the IR, and you want the interpupillary line perpendicular to the IR. There's no angle still, it's just perpendicular. The entrance point is the same, about 2 inches above the EAM. The criteria is still the same, with the no rotation indicated by the greater sphenoid wings and no tilt indicated by the orbital plates superimposed. I still have a right marker to show that this is the side that was closest to the IR, and my patient is still shielded. This is my AP axial town method. For this projection, for the positioning lines, you want the OML to be perpendicular, so my head would be more like this, but I can't really get it to stay up. So if the OML were to be perpendicular, you would use a 30-degree caudal angle. Since my head is more sitting with the IOML perpendicular, then you would change the angle from 30 to 37 degrees. The entrance point is about 2.5 inches superior to the glabella. For this projection, you want the dorsum sellae to be within the foramen magnum. I have a left marker to indicate which side was the patient's left side, and my patient is still shielded.